Alright, by popular request, you want to see table and chair video, so here it is. We got our restaurant, and we need to fill it up. So if you haven't already, and again, I kind of already have done this, so I'm going to explode it real quick, but what I would recommend before you start building stuff inside of your restaurant, like tables, chairs, is I would select the whole thing, and I would make it a group. So that way when we start building stuff on top, we're not going to start sticking to walls. So once we are ready to build, what we're going to do is find a nice spot. I'll do a table real quick first. Again, there are millions of ways to build this table, but I'll do an example version. So I'm going to start with a circle on the ground. So I hit C for circle, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw something like that. And from here, adjust my camera. From here, I'm going to pull that up just a little bit, so I have something on the ground like that. I'm going to probably do my offset tool now to draw another circle for like a beam going up, which is F. So I hit F for offset, and if I click inside my circle, you can see I'm drawing that same shape, but just at a different size. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to push up my center beam of my table. Again, I'm just kind of eyeballing it compared to the rest of my restaurant, so you can just do the same. At this point, I'm going to triple click my shape that I've made so far, and I'm going to make this its own little group, because I'm going to draw something on top and I don't want to get stuck together. So now I'm going to zoom in towards the top of here, and then I'm going to draw another circle. So C for circle, and I'm going to sketch it out on top, something like that. Again, just kind of eyeball whatever you think looks normal. Now the reason why I made this a group first was now, so if I just draw this, you see how it's its own piece, and I'm not getting, like, sometimes if you don't make it a group, you have that little circle in the middle, which you can't easily get rid of. It's not that hard, but it's easier just to make the other thing a group. So I'll push that up a little bit. At this point, I'm going to triple click my tabletop so it's all selected. I'm going to hold the shift key, and I'm going to click on the table bottom so that I've selected both of them. And I'm going to right click and go ahead and I'm going to make it a component. Actually, we'll talk about that in a sec. So hit create. So there's a very basic table, and hopefully yours doesn't freeze like mine. And then at that point, you can paint stuff in. Remember though, like if I paint it right now, so if I put like a wood texture on there, oops, I'm painting the whole group, which I don't really want to do. So if you want to just go and do individual pieces, I need to like select and double click back into my group. That way I can just pick individual pieces and just affect those colors. So you can worry about textures at the end. Alright, so we've got a table. We're going to build a quick chair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a rectangle on the ground. So R for rectangle. And then again, just a little square on the ground. We can always adjust it later. But once you've got that, I'm going to push it up. And again, I'm going to probably do like, I don't know, like something like this. Maybe a little bit less. Again, I'm just eyeballing everything. Once you have a leg, I'm going to triple click it. I'm going to make it a group. That way I can make some easy copies. So once I've got a single group, I'm going to have it selected. I'm going to hit my M tool for move, but I'm going to tap my control key. You should notice when you tap control once that you get a little plus sign, which gives me a copy version of that tool. So I'm going to slide another leg out straight across. Now I'm going to go back to my selection tool, which is the space bar or the arrow, and then I'm going to hold shift so that I can grab both of these legs, because shift lets me grab multiple pieces. So once I have both the legs selected, I'm going to do that same move copy. So M for move, tap my control for a copy, slide that across. Now I'm going to draw a rectangle now on top from corner to corner so that I create a little seat, and I'm going to push that up. And again, because I made these other ones groups already, it's not going to like affect my seat. So I got a chair. I can draw a line across the back perhaps to split out a little back part, and I can push that piece up. At this point, you can do any sort of extra designs to the chair that you might want, such as maybe drawing some little rectangles in here. Same concept, I could hit M for move, control, drag a copy across. If you remember the Windows, we did this for that. So I could place it and go to my keyboard and now type /4, hit enter or something. Again, this is totally optional, but if you want, you could still put some designs into your chair and maybe push these through to give a little back like that. So once you have a chair that looks decent, I'm gonna have to select all my pieces of my chair. So I haven't made this a group, so I'm gonna triple click so I select it all. I'm just gonna go ahead and hold Shift and grab all 4 of my leg pieces so that I've got this whole chair now selected. And then I'm gonna right click, make that a component. So now I've got like a finished chair piece. We just need to make a couple quick copies. So I'm gonna hit M for move. I'm gonna tap Control for a copy. I always like to drag by like the corner of the leg. So when I drag my copies out, I'm gonna do a copy there. Again, hit M for move, tap Control, drag a copy out from there. We'll probably need one more on this side. So again, M, Control, slide a copy out. Now, obviously, they're not really spaced very well. So you probably need to take a second and use your M tool for move and slide them in. And then remember, when I have a group here, my component, when I use my M tool, not only can I move it, but you'll also see these little red markers. So I can, if I look at it from a top angle, I'll see these little red rotation marks. So I'll probably need to rotate all my chairs to be facing inwards so that it looks realistic. And once I've got all of my 4 chairs set up and looking okay, I'll push this one in real quick a little bit. Now, I'm ready to make this a big component. So I'm going to, again, use my selection tool, which is spacebar, or the arrow, whatever you want to do. And then I'm going to hold Shift and click all my pieces. So that chair, that chair, that chair, that chair on my table. See how this is all one big selected thing now? I'm going to right click and say Make Component. Now we've got a finished set. So what I can do is hit M for move, tap Control for a copy. I can slide it across to where I want the final one to be. Remember, I can go to my keyboard and do like /3. That's a little too close, so maybe /2, enter there. So once you get a couple placed, you can easily and quickly make a ton to fill the restaurant. So I could select that, that, and that now. M for move, tap Control for a copy, drag those straight across. Remember, when I'm dragging stuff, if I tap my right key or my left key, I can lock it into a line. So I'll drag that out. I'll do divided by 2 maybe, and I'm filling up my restaurant really quickly. The nice thing is, again, that if I don't like my textures, if I want to change something on this chair, if I double click into this group and go back in and like double click all the way back into this chair edit now, I can go in and set like a texture that I like. So maybe I'll put on a nice little texture like that or something. And by doing that, maybe again I can put a little bit of wood around the chair itself. And again, you can play with that more. But by doing it on one, because I made it a component, I've now affected all the chairs around the whole restaurant. Okay, so that's a quick and easy way to make some chairs. Again, I would, if you can, take some more time and make some nicer looking ones if possible. But again, this will be fine. This will get you an A. And hopefully you can make your restaurant look nice. Good luck.